May I say, it fits you like a glove. Along the road that links Bardia with Tobruk winds a column of German prisoners captured at the start of our attack on Bardia. Exactly 1 year after the surrender of the town in January 1941, we commemorated the anniversary by taking it for the second time. These pictures come from Terry Ashwood, Pathé's own cameraman and first newsreel man to enter Bardia. One of our points of attack came from tattered, tessellated Fort Capuzzo, but in neither case was the victory an easy one. In both battles, the main assault was made at the point of the bayonet. 12 months ago, the Australians routed General Electric Whiskers Italians, and this time the South Africans fought in addition General Schmidt's Nazis. Truckloads of Imperial troops head out of Fort Capuzzo to take up their battle stations in readiness for the night attack. En route to Bardia, the column passes a German cemetery at the road junction to Saloum and Hellfire Pass. On the outskirts of the town, an enemy post which has been evacuated is given the once-over. They tread warily in case of landmines and booby traps. In the late afternoon, British tanks move forward to engage the enemy. Behind a protective smoke screen, they go into action to open a way for our main force. 2-pounders and quick-firers open up on enemy strong points. After the first night's offensive, Italian prisoners taken during the fighting have their wounds dressed on the battlefield by South African first aid men. These are Germans who had been cut off, walking in to give themselves up. Some Italians who had hidden in a tank trap on the perimeter outside Bardia do the same. The dramatic surrender by General Schmidt to General De Villiers took place by the roadside. The Axis commander had come to follow up his request for the cessation of the attack. At his heels obediently tramped his lackey Italian generals, also licked. The British terms were dictated and the German acceptance was complete and unconditional. General Schmidt is then escorted to a waiting car and with true Prussian pomposity sails out of the picture. Signs of surrender are now to be seen everywhere. One Polish officer, armed only with a revolver, brings in a long line of prisoners on his own. One very gratifying sight was the high spirits of British prisoners dancing to a gramophone after being released. Over 1,000 of our men were liberated when Bardia fell. Our cameraman was nearly one of these himself. He had gone to dispatch his films when he was surrounded by an enemy column. Although one of his cars was blown up, he made his escape. Thanks to Providence, Terry Ashwood was fated to take these pictures of the big German surrender. Some of the 7,000 Axis prisoners follow their leader. You'll see quite a number of these dogs trailing along beside their masters as the remains of the Bardia garrison wends its way out of this war. This is where the rainbow ends for these Germans and Italians, and ends too the story of the surrender of Bardia.